Everyone's like, this is the only way, this is the best way, don't do this, do that, stop eating cereal, make sure you wink your bum hole 3 times before you do a squat. Righty then, we're back again. It was sunny earlier, but it's now not that sunny. So you don't need to diet, guys, it's not sunny anymore. What a waste of time. I'm joking. So, the title of this video is why I think you should do a recomposition ready for summer, especially if you are skinny fat. And the reason for this is quite simple. If you're skinny fat and you want to lose body fat ready for summer, you probably still want to gain a bit of muscle as well, right? You don't necessarily want to be a smaller version of skinny fat, which does happen, and I've done this a few times. If you just do a traditional cut and think, right, I'm going to cut down those calories, do some running, no more carbs after 6, thank you very much, it's past my bedtime, then you're probably going to lose a bit of body fat, but you're going to lose a bit of muscle, strength, performance, and if you're skinny fat, it's just not going to cut it, is it? And then you're probably thinking, well, I might do a bulk then. But then if you bulk throughout summer, 1, you've got to stuff your face all the time when it gets warm and hot, which is just not great. 2, you're going to gain body fat, so if you've got body fat you already want to lose and you want to get lean and look muscular for summer, a bulk is not really going to cut it. So the real solution here, and this has worked for 200 people, all my clients over here, is a recomposition. And it basically is to cut through all the jargon and all the fitness hoo-ha. It's a smaller cut where you can still gain a bit of muscle. It's a recomposition in the body. It's losing body fat and replacing it with muscle. Now, quick disclaimer, I don't like how the fitness industry is too one-sided. Everyone's like, this is the only way, this is the best way, don't do this, do that, stop eating cereal, make sure you wink your bum hole 3 times before you do a squat. Everyone just makes things up, tries to make it sound one-sided, or they just tell you what worked for them, like survivor's bias. Like, I did it, so it works for everyone. And the thing is, if you've got great genetics and you do some pull-ups and chin-ups and push-ups and your chest and arms grow, then you're going to tell everyone that it works, even though for most people it's not going to work. So, if you're skinny fat, start with a recomposition, do it for summer because you'll be able to lose body fat and gain muscle regardless of genetics. On the screen here, this is my client Reese. That was 12 months, and he has pretty bad genetics, to be honest with you. Bad muscle insertions, bad biomechanics, whatever. 12 months, he was able to lose all the body fat and gain muscle with not a single bulk involved, and we just focus on a recomposition. Same with Matt. This was about 4 months, around this time of year, actually. So it can be done. I think it's the best solution if you want to get in shape for summer without doing too much of a cut or too much of a bulk or wasting your time. So how do you do a recomposition? I will break that down for you in as much detail as I can. Hopefully me driving around in my car will help your attention span pay attention to it, right? I like watching car videos, so that's why I'm watching it. That's why I'm doing it in the car. So look, really, really simple. Instead of going massive with your calories, where you go, right, I'm cutting out all the crap, I'm gonna eat 1,000 calories a day, it's too low, too soon, too extreme, it's not sustainable, you won't stick to it longer than a week. Most people, and I say most people because I speak to a lot of people in the fitness industry, will try just cutting out the crap, and it's not sustainable, right? If you say, I'm gonna cut out the crap, and then your mate goes, hey mate, we're going out this weekend, you can't cut out the crap anymore, right? Unless you show up with a box of smelly fish and salad, which no one really wants to do. So it's not sustainable, it's not realistic, it sounds good on paper, it sounds easy, it's a quick go-to, I'll just cut out the crap, it just doesn't work. Plus, you'll be too low in your calories, you'll lose muscle, you'll lose strength, and you'll lose performance. So what we want to do is we want to aim for a more realistic calorie deficit. So we want 500 calories below your maintenance. So if your maintenance is 2,000, that'd be 1,500. If your maintenance is 2,500, that'd be 2,000, right? And you can work this out. I've got a free nutritional blueprint that you can use to get those numbers right. Download it. You can use that to set up your calories and your macros and how to adjust it. That is vital, key goods. It is completely free. I've had 2,000 people go on it now, which is mad. And that's the sort of thing I needed back in the day to get my transformation. So work out your maintenance, take off 500 calories. Why 500 calories? It's a small, healthy deficit. It's not too extreme. And because it's a little bit more manageable, you can stick to it long enough to actually get the result. So you'll be able to lose body fat. You're still eating enough to perform in the gym. You're not going massively low, so you won't lose muscle. And if you train right, which I'll get to, you can still gain muscle. So work that out. That is vital, okay? Even if you leave the video at this point, that is going to be 80% of it for you. It's so, so important, so powerful. Do that. Get your numbers right. Track it so you know it's correct. And adjust from there. Now look, it's easy to say, oh, just hit a deficit, bro. Just hit your deficit, just track your calories. There needs to be a strategy. So you can either meal plan and meal prep to make it easier to stay on track with, or you make good decisions, you track it and see where you end up and adjust it. With my clients, they track their food, I'll look through it. Some people nail it and then we just need to tweak it as we go along. Some people are way off, so then I'll make some suggestions. Either way, it's gotta work for you. If you don't want to meal prep chicken, broccoli and rice and eat that 5 times a day, then don't do that because it's probably not gonna work, is it? Whereas some guys like the monotony, they like the repetition. They like the monotony, they like the repetition. They like you get the point. They like doing the same thing, so it's a little bit easier. Whee! So it's very important you get those numbers right and find a strategy that works for you. Now, the second part of the strategy to do this recomposition, there will be a day where you think, bloody hell, mate, I'm starving. I've been eating in a calorie deficit for 2 weeks. I'm struggling. My mates invited me for a Nando's on Saturday. What am I going to do? Well, this is where you utilize a refeed day. Not a cheat day, because a cheat day is like 10 donuts and eating 1,000 calories over your target. A refeed day is just a way to top up your calories ever so slightly. So you just eat at maintenance. So like I said before, if your maintenance is 2,500 and your target at the moment is 2,000, then on Saturday, you might have 2,500. It will boost your energy, it will top up your carbs and glycogen so you have more energy in the gym, and it will make your diet easier to stick to because you know you've got this slightly higher day to eat more food if you do, feel like you're missing out. It's a good strategy. It might sound silly. There's always going to be an argument. In the comments, there's going to be like, oh, that's not sustainable, or oh, it shouldn't be sustainable. Everyone's going to argue, and that's fine because everyone's technically right. There's 100 ways to skin a cat. This is what I've done, and this is what has helped over 202 skinny fat men lose body fat and gain muscle. So I'm very confident in suggesting it to you as a skinny fat guy to get in shape for summer. If you really lock this in, if you track your calories, you hit that target, you have the refeed day when you need it, you can really get a transformation in 8 weeks. I'll show some 8 week examples. You can do it, right? I'm not saying it's fast and 8 weeks is all you need, but you can make substantial progress if you start now, ready for summer, which is why I'm making this video now, ready for summer. So that's the food, big old jargon about food, okay? Training, keep it bloody simple. I think I said this in my last video. It might be the same as my last video, but keep it simple, okay? There's no need to go, right, I'm gonna do 7 days a week. I'm gonna do a high rocks on Monday morning. I'm gonna do fucking roly-polies on Wednesday and then 10 sets of lollygagging. No, just do something simple. Keep it simple. You just need to overload your body. Your body's not going to look any better if you're doing the same thing or just flapping your arms about. Even my auntie said this on the weekend. She goes, well, what if I eat in a deficit and I do 20 minutes of cardio? What do I do when it stops? Do I just eat less and move more? And I was like, well, kind of, but as you can tell, that's not really sustainable because there's only so much you can eat less and there's only so much more you can do. And she goes, well, that's where I get stuck. I was like, well, if you get stronger, if you add reps, if you add weights, if you lift weights and use resistance, be it free weights, machines, resistance bands at your home, or if you're at home, or dumbbells, whatever, because home workouts can still work for this. Some of my clients are home trainers. You can progressively overload in the same amount of time. If you do 20-minute workouts and, sorry, letting you go. Yeah, you're welcome, mate. No problem, lad. But if you do 20-minute workouts and that's all you've got time for, and you slowly add reps, you slowly add weight, that 20 minutes is all you need because you're still getting better over time. Where's everyone going? I'm going to concentrate so I don't crash. Oh, wahee! Right. So yeah, you get the point, right? So overload's important. And if your workout routine is too complicated, and I had a client that did this, right? He joined in, he goes, bro, I want the best training program of all time. Imagine The Rock, but like better. I was like, all right, okay, give me your details. What do we need to do? Okay, cool. Spent hours on his workout plan, right? It was really, really clever. It had A and B splits. It had upper body biases based on his genetics. It was really, really well thought out. It took a long time. 1 week, couldn't even stick to more than 2 days because he was busy. And then he started doing like planks at home, which was completely different to the results he wanted. And I was like, what about this plan you wanted, mate? He goes, oh yeah, it's a bit like full on. I was like, well, yeah, you wanted it full on. So less is more. If you do a pull push legs, if you do 3 days a week, you're hitting one of every muscle group once per week. And if you're tracking your reps and you're tracking your weight, then you can overload it very simply. You can go, right, what did I do last Wednesday on bench press? I did 4 sets of 10 with 80 kg. Cool, I'm gonna maybe either add weight and go up to 82.5 kg, or I'll go for another 2 reps per set, so I'll try and go to 12. Sounds boring, sounds simple, but that's because it is, and that's all you need. If you're getting stronger, if you're adding reps, if you're improving your form, if you're adding intensity, you're going to change the way you look. Your body's going to adapt and get better. That's what people lack, is that ability to overload. Because they're going, right, next week I'll do bicep drop sets, and then the week after I'll do like squats, but then I'll do leg press, and then it's all over the place. There's no continuity, so you're going to hit a plateau. So is that making sense? I want to make sure this video is clear and makes sense. Bear in mind, this is what I've been learning over several years. I've got my qualifications to be a personal trainer. I've spent from the age of 14 to 34 in July, so that's 20 years. I've spent all my time learning and obsessing about this, like genetics, muscle insertions. Why does this person grow and this person doesn't? If you've got a shit chest, what do you do to fix it? Why does it work for that guy? Why does it not work for that guy? It all boils down to the basics, it really does. So don't overcomplicate the training. Pick a workout routine you can stick to. If you can do 2 days a week, upper body, lower body. If you can do 5 days a week and you want to do 5 days a week, you can do chest, back, legs, arms, shoulder, 2 days off. It's entirely up to you. As long as it's the same for a long enough period of time for you to see if it works for you, that's what's going to work. Track your lifts, track your weights, add reps, add weight, review your form. That is it. I review my client's form every week, I review their reps and weight, and if something ain't working, we make an adjustment. If you just sort of go in there and wing it and hope for the best, that's what your physique's going to look like. It looks like you hope for the best. So, you need to be specific with your workout routine, keep it simple and overload, and predominantly aim for strength if possible. Because if you're getting stronger whilst eating slightly less and having higher protein, you can still gain muscle. Does this all make sense now? That's how you do a recomp. Now, if you need some help with a recomposition, you can leave a comment, you can drop me a message at Elite Transformation Project on Instagram, or you can even email me at samstantonfitness@gmail.com. Very creative name there. My goal for this video is just to help you out. Get lean, get muscular for summertime. Don't waste your time. Now, you might be going, Sam, I've already done all this, I'm already doing it, I'm just not getting anywhere. Then maybe you're not doing it consistently enough, maybe you're falling off, maybe you're missing some basic details. Either way, just drop me a message. And skipping all that, if you want me to help you one-on-one like I did with my clients over here, so you've got the accountability, the structure, and I'm going through this whole process with you one-to-one and tracking everything so you know exactly what's going on and guarantee your results, or your money back, you can work with me one-to-one. I have a call down below, or a link to book a call down below in the description, or pinned as a comment, as I'm doing nowadays. Whee! I will work with you one-to-one. Just book a call and we'll see if I can actually help you out. I'm not a sales guy, I'm not going to pressure you into anything. If anything, I kind of push people away because I want to work with people that I get on well with. I'm here to get the results, guys. So look, like this video, smash the like button, brother. And yeah, I think that's it really, subscribe. Let's get lean and shredded for summer. I'm doing the same. I'm doing a recomp right now. I want to get lean enough so that I'm shredded for summer, and then as summer comes to a close, I'm going to reverse diet, work my way into a lean surplus, start adding some desperate size that I desperately need for my physique, and it's onwards and upwards. It's all about the progress. So yeah, I'm going to stop this video because I need to concentrate on driving now. Goodbye.